Hello, this is Monotone Inc., and I'm gonna guide you through how to set up all your manga pages using Clip Studio Paint X. I'll teach you how to set up single pages and export those, as well as how to set up double pages and export them as well. Alright, let's go! If you want to set up single pages, you'll want to first go to New and go to the little tab with the manga page and the cog. And after that, you'll want to go to presets and go all the way down to for commercial use. With this preset, the final trimmed page should be about 220 by 310 millimeters by the time you export. With that, everything should be fine, and all you have to do is go up, press OK, and here you go, your new and pristine single page. Yay! As you can see here, this border is 220 by 310 millimeters, and by the time you export or trim your page will be trimmed around this border. And this smaller border, which is 180 by 270 millimeters, is your safety margin. And with these two borders, the gap between them should be about 20 millimeters. Now, with the smaller border, the safety margin, you will want to ensure that all the dialogue and the characters' faces and everything important that you really want to show stays within this safety margin here. Be mindful of whatever you draw outside this safety margin though, because it could risk either getting trimmed off during the printing process or perhaps being so close to the edge that the reader might not even notice that it was there. Now, assuming that this page is a page that will be on the left side of a magazine, this left part here is the outer side of the page. Now, this part, it can either be used to extend your drawings all the way to the edge of the page, or for the purposes of advertising or other taglines, the magazine could also use this space to put whatever text or imagery that they need. And assuming still that this is a left side page, you'll also want to consider that the right side of the page is an inner side of the page. So this part of the page will be bound to the edge of the magazine, and there's a risk that whatever you draw here will be really hard to see for the reader. They would have to pry the magazine open. Voila! For now, here is the final result of the single page, and from here on out, I'll show you how to export this properly. Assuming that you'll have multiple pages in your project, you'll want to go to File and Export Multiple Pages. Ensure that the file format is JPEG and that Split Spread Pages is ticked right at the bottom. In this next box, you'll want to go to Export Range and change that to Crop Mark. This makes sure that the outputted image is cropped to the crop mark. And you'll want to go to Expression Color next, change that to gray if you're doing a grayscale manga, but if you happen to be doing a colored entry, then you can leave it at Auto Detect Appropriate Color Depth. Next, for the output size, you'll want to make that 1500. It makes the outputted image considerably smaller while still having good quality, and it makes it much easier for the SMAC website to handle. And in the last part, you'll want to click for illustration. This makes sure that the outputted image isn't crusty and sharp and weird when it comes out, and it makes sure to make the image completely smooth even though it's being downscaled to about 1500 pixels. As a result of all this, you should get a file in JPEG format, which is nice and clean and ready to upload for Silent Manga. Next up though, I'll show you how to set up and export a double page spread. First off, you'll want to go into the window that you're managing your pages in, and you'll want to right click and select this option called Add Page Advanced. After that, you want to go down to number of pages, set that to 2, and you'll want to click this box that says Combine into 2-page spread. And after that, you should have a 2-page spread ready to draw on. After generating your spread, you'll want to go over to the page and right-click it and go to an option that says Change Page Settings. There in that box, you'll want to go to Align Crop Marks, you want to tick that, and you'll want to set the gap to 0 and press OK. And after that, both pages should be merged right in the middle here. With the page set up like this, you're pretty much ready to start drawing.
From here on out, the process of drawing on a double page spread should be pretty similar to what it is drawing on a single page. Like drawing on a single page, you'll want to make sure that all the important stuff stays within the safety margins. And most importantly, for a double page spread, you'll want to consider that the middle part of it will be bound by, the book. So just know that when you draw, that everything that you draw in the middle of the spread will probably be hidden by how the pages get bound in the magazine. So make sure to plan your compositions accordingly. But anyway, here's the final page, and from here on out, I'll show you how to export this. First, go to File at the top, and then click Batch Export, and this window should come up like the last time, and you'll want to set up the file format as JPEG, and you can name it whatever you want, and you'll want to set up page range as all to make sure that all of the pages in your project get exported. And most importantly, at the bottom, you'll want to click Split Spread Pages. This way, the double spread will be split into two, and it will read properly in the Silent Manga website. And in the next window with all of these settings here, you want to make sure that your JPEG settings are at 100 quality so that your nice art comes out nicely and beautifully in the export. In terms of the output range, make sure that you have the text ticked on at least. And in the export range, this is important, you'll want to make sure that it's set to crop marks. This way, the exported pages are cropped right to the crop marks as you would see in the printed magazine, and it will show the page as it should be printed normally. You'll want to set the expression color as gray. And then down in output size, you'll want to specify the output size to be 1500 pixels wide and 2113 pixels high. And for the option under process when scaling, you'll want to press for illustration. This way, the image doesn't get too crispy and weird as it exports, and it will look nice and fresh and lovely to look at after exporting. Yeah. And voila, after you do that, your double page spread should be exported in two separate pages, as you can see right here. And if you look at the top right, Clip Studio Paint should have also done its job and named all the pages in the right order. Last but not least though, before you record, just make sure that your pages follow all the checklists here on the screen. And most importantly, ensure that your entry follows the rules and guidelines and the submission agreement. And most importantly, make sure to submit your entry before the deadline via the Silent Manga entry system. But yeah, that's basically it when it comes to setting up single and double page spreads. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial and that it was useful, and comment down below if you have any more questions or just anything you want to let us know. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.